I'm very fortunate. I'm very happy that I was poor for a long time because I never would have been able to learn the lessons I've learned. You have to understand, I'm rich because of a bunch of things that money cannot buy. My money's nothing, right? Money's easy. Like once you're past 10 mil, let's say, there ain't nothing to buy. I mean, how many diamond watches do you need? I believe money is an amplifier. So if you're a dork and you get incredibly wealthy, you become a mega dork. Money is an amplifier. It doesn't change. Like I respect Elon. They're great guys, whatever. I don't know them. Who cares? Point is, I wouldn't want to be them. Everyone wants to be me. I've got every single gift that God can give. But the ones that weren't God-given was because I put myself through hell. I put myself through hell because I decided to throw comfort away. For 10 years of my life, I was never comfortable. So I'm very glad I was poor for a very long time. And the reason I'm the richest person on the planet is not because of the amount of money I have. It's because of all the shit that happened to me when I was poor. There's people with lots of money, but they don't have the network I have. They don't have the brotherhood I have. Having women who would literally, you could go to jail for 10 years and they would wait for you. Like having physicality, all the pain, all the bullshit I've been through. You ain't a good man if you haven't had trauma. I don't see anyone else on the planet richer than me because they're either too old or their life's been too easy. You're not supposed to be comfortable. You were never evolved to be comfortable. You're supposed to be uncomfortable.
Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. Success is not a comfortable procedure. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful.
It's very easy to be anything you want. As a man, if you don't make yourself valuable, you have no value. You have to get up and do it. Being a man is hard mode. But just like you play the video game on hard mode, when you win, you get a higher score. There is no better existence than a top tier male. Everyone knows what to do. You know you're supposed to go to the gym. You know you're supposed to train, learn how to fight. You don't do them. That's your decision. It's your prerogative. I didn't make that choice.
If you think ordinary's cool, ain't no problem. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're gonna have to do extra. It's no other way.
You have enjoyed comfort when I haven't, and that's fine, but don't expect me to look at you as my equal because you're not. If we were still in the animal kingdom, the lions, they weren't just born big lions. They had to fight other lions. They had to fight to get that antelope. They had to fight to be the boss. We're living in a comfortable world now where people think, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But you know what? To some degree, it does matter.
In fact, here's a good philosophical phrase. Everything affects everything else. Don't be naive in saying, well, this doesn't matter. I'm telling you, everything matters. There are some things that matter more than others, but there isn't anything that doesn't matter. Key to take home, every letdown affects the rest of your performance.
I know I am the best version of me that could possibly ever exist. I know that God is proud of me. If you're listening to this and you think I'm never lucky, I'll tell you why, because God dislikes you because you're fucking lazy. If you're not a quitter and if you're not lazy, if you're prepared to follow instruction, if you're prepared to dedicate yourself for 6 solid months, 6 months out of your life, and you'll be fine. But it takes dedication. It doesn't take motivation, it takes dedication. You can't be motivated to put yourself through hell all the time. You have to be disciplined.
You're not tired, you're undisciplined. You keep lying to yourself, calling it burnout, calling it stress, pretending it's your circumstances, but deep down you know it's weakness. You know you've got the energy to scroll endlessly, binge shows, but when it's time to build, to move, suddenly you're empty. Why? Because you're chasing motivation like a drug addict chasing his next high. Winners don't wait to feel like it. They move through the mud, through the darkness, through the doubt. I don't believe in motivation, I believe in discipline. You keep praying for drive, but what you really need is discipline, because when everything in you says no, discipline screams yes and drags you forward. The temporary satisfaction of quitting is outweighed by the eternal suffering of being a nobody. Discipline is the foundation of freedom, and if you don't have it, you're a slave to your mood, your emotions. Because the truth is this, you will never be anything until you're willing to work when you don't feel like it. People who train every day do not want to train every day. So ask yourself, are you willing to suffer for your name? Or will you let another day pass while the life you want laughs in your face? Most of you will never make it. And not because you're dumb, not because you're poor, not because the system is rigged. Those are the lies you whisper to yourself so you can sleep at night. The truth is you're addicted to motivation, like a junkie. The universe does not reward the man who waits, it rewards the man who builds. The man who shows up on Monday morning at war with his own comfort. The man who gets up at 5 a.m. not because he wants to, but because he has to. Discipline is the path to freedom, and motivation is the path to slavery. Do what you feel is the mantra of the broke. Do what must be done, that's the law of kings. You think the strongest minds on earth feel inspired 24/7? Of course not. But the disciplined man moves anyway. He moves through pain, through boredom, through doubt, because his goals are not negotiable. You're scrolling through your phone looking for the next pump-up video. The disciplined man is building his empire, brick by brick, in silence, with no applause. And that's why he wins. You want to be free, but you refuse the chains of routine? You got it backwards. Discipline is not your enemy, it's your liberation. Discipline is doing what you hate like you love it. That's what separates men who merely dream from men who manifest. Stop searching for motivation. No one is coming to save you. You have to become the hero. You have to put on the armor of discipline, walk into the fire. Not once, not twice, every day. Because the moment you rely on feeling, you give up control. You don't earn your stripes when you feel good. You earn them when every cell in your body wants to quit, and you don't let it. And don't confuse this with self-punishment. This isn't about masochism. This is about alignment. When you conquer yourself day in and day out, you begin to move in rhythm with something far greater than your ego, with purpose, with legacy. Burn the idea that motivation is your answer. It's not. Motivation is emotional, and emotions are fragile. They crack under pressure. Discipline is your sword and your shield. It cuts through laziness and it protects you from your own worst instincts. Every time you ignore the alarm clock, every time you skip a session, every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you are sacrificing your crown. And the worst part is you know it. You feel it deep in your gut, that shame, that disappointment, that voice whispering you're better than this. And you are. But you'll never see that better version of yourself until you kill the part of you that keeps waiting for motivation to save you. Only discipline can. When your feelings betray you, your discipline becomes your only ally. That single day, that small decision created a ripple effect. Because discipline is compound interest for the soul. Every rep you push through, every action you take when you're tired, every time you honor your word in silence, it all stacks. You see, people romanticize motivation because it's easy, it's sexy. It feels good to be pumped up by music and flashy edits. Real life is waking up after failure, facing the world when no one believes in you, grinding in silence while others laugh. Discipline is the act of choosing purpose over pleasure. That's how you become a force. People see the result and call it talent. They never see the war behind it, the nights you cried alone, the mornings your soul wanted to give up, the sacrifices no one claps for. You want to live with power? You build it, you earn it. You forge it in silence when no one is watching, and especially when you don't feel like it. Every time you say yes to action when your body begs for rest, you reclaim your soul from the modern world's distraction.
Everybody wants to shine, but nobody wants to bleed for it. Everybody wants to win, but not everybody's willing to suffer in silence when no one's clapping. Dreams are loud, but discipline is quiet. It's not flashy. It's not sexy. It doesn't get applause, but it gets results. See, dreams don't mean anything without discipline behind them. Everybody's got dreams, but how many of those people are still grinding after 6 months of failure? After years of not being noticed? Discipline is the bridge, the path, the daily decision to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. You can cry about how hard it is, or you can get harder. You can wish your way through life, or you can work your way through the pain. Your dreams, those big visions you see when your eyes are closed, they don't care about your feelings. They only care about your actions. So stop talking and start building. Discipline is what separates those who try from those who succeed. It's studying when your friends are partying. It's investing your time into growth instead of wasting it on distractions. Most people never make it because they wait to feel motivated. But real winners, they move whether they feel it or not. Discipline is when you don't negotiate with weakness. When you say, I don't care how I feel, I care what needs to get done. You want to change your life? Then get consistent, lock in, show up. You don't need 100 chances. You just need to stop quitting. One day of greatness won't change your life, but 1,000 average days of relentless discipline will. Let them laugh, let them doubt, let them think you're doing too much, because while they're comfortable, you're getting dangerous. You're getting sharp, you're getting disciplined. And eventually the same people who doubted you will ask how you did it. And your answer? Discipline. No shortcut, no luck, just the grind. Just the daily choice to rise while others sleep, to focus while others scroll, to suffer now so you can live blessed later. This life you want, it's going to cost you. It's going to take sacrifices you never expected. It's going to test you, break you, humble you. But if you stay disciplined, If you refuse to let your emotions win, you'll build something unshakable. You'll build the life they said was impossible. You'll become the person they never saw coming. Talent fades, motivation dies. But discipline lasts. Discipline builds empires, builds legacies, builds warriors. So I need you to stop playing small. Stop saying someday. Someday is killing your potential. Get obsessed. Get laser focused. Say no to average. Say no to excuses. Say no to the version of you that gave up last time. This is your comeback. This is your breakthrough. This is where the weak die and the strong rise. The future belongs to the disciplined, the ones who show up when it's hard, who go again when it hurts, who keep walking even when the bridge feels like it's crumbling. But that bridge, it holds. It's built by your consistency, brick by brick, early morning by late night, tear by tear, sweat by sweat. Every sacrifice you make now, every party you skip, every dollar you save, every hour you grind, it's all building something greater. You're not behind. You're becoming. You're not stuck. You're stretching. So don't stop. Don't fold. Don't give up when it's slow. Keep moving. Keep climbing. And when it's all said and done, you'll look back and thank yourself for not quitting. You'll thank yourself for being disciplined when no one was watching, when no one believed, when no one understood. That's what separates dreamers from doers. That's what creates winners. That's what makes you unstoppable. So don't chase the dream. Become the person who earns it. Because discipline isn't the enemy. It's the doorway. Walk through it, run through it, and never look back.